A test scenario is a high-level description of a testing path that represents a specific functionality, feature, or behavior of the application under test. It focuses on what needs to be tested rather than how it will be tested. Unlike test cases, which are detailed and step-by-step, scenarios provide broader coverage and ensure that different aspects of the system are validated. The main purpose of test scenarios is to ensure that the system's functionality is adequately covered during testing. By creating scenarios, testers can visualize how different modules and features of the system are expected to behave in real-world conditions. This makes scenarios especially useful during early phases of test planning, where teams need a quick but comprehensive understanding of the system's behavior. Test scenarios are often derived from requirements, documents such as business requirement documents, functional requirement specifications, or user stories in agile frameworks. Each requirement is analyzed, and then one or more scenarios are created to verify that requirement. For example, if the requirement is that the system should allow users to reset their password, then the related test scenarios could include verifying that a user can reset their password using email, and verifying that the system prevents a reset with an invalid email. A key advantage of scenarios is that they simplify communication between technical and non-technical stakeholders. Because scenarios are written at a higher level than test cases, business analysts, product owners, and clients can quickly understand whether all critical functionalities are covered. This aligns the testing team with business goals and reduces the risk of misinterpretation of requirements. Another important aspect of test scenarios is their role in ensuring functional coverage. Functional coverage refers to testing all possible features and behaviors of the system as defined by the requirements. Since scenarios are designed at a high level, they act as checkpoints to confirm that no requirement has been overlooked. This helps prevent gaps in testing that could result in critical defects slipping into production. Scenarios are also extremely valuable in prioritization. In real projects, resources such as time, budget, and manpower are often limited. Test scenarios allow teams to identify which areas are most critical to the business and should therefore be tested first. For instance, in an online banking application, scenarios related to login, money transfer, and balance inquiry would take higher priority than optional features like customizing themes. When executing scenarios, testers typically break them down into test cases that contain detailed steps, input data, and expected results. For example, a scenario like verify the checkout process for an e-commerce cart could lead to multiple test cases such as add item to cart, proceed to checkout with valid credit card, and proceed to checkout with invalid payment method. This layered approach ensures traceability from high-level business requirements down to detailed validations. Scenarios also support exploratory testing. Since they are broad and not tied to rigid scripts, testers can use them as a starting point to investigate the system in more depth. For instance, if the scenario is verify the user registration process, testers can explore various edge cases like leaving mandatory fields blank, entering special characters, or testing system performance under heavy load. In agile development, test scenarios are often created alongside user stories during backlog refinement or sprint planning. This ensures that the testing perspective is included early, aligning development and testing efforts. Since agile emphasizes collaboration and fast feedback, scenarios become a quick way to confirm that new features are covered without creating heavy documentation upfront. Test scenarios also play a vital role in regression testing. As the system evolves with new features and bug fixes, existing scenarios can be reused to confirm that old functionality still works. For instance, whenever a new payment gateway is added to an e-commerce site, the existing checkout scenarios are executed to confirm that previously supported payment methods still work correctly. Finally, test scenarios are not limited to functional testing. They can also guide non-functional testing. High-level scenarios like verify system response time under 1,000 concurrent users or verify application usability for first-time users ensure that performance, security, and usability aspects are also considered. This holistic approach helps in delivering software that not only meets requirements, but also provides a smooth and reliable user experience.